Chrysler Corporation, strong on engineering. And now, here is the star of our show, Bob Hope.
Thank you very much. Right on cue. Here I am with my third show for Chrysler. What a season. USC, UCLA, and me, still undefeated. No, Chrysler was so happy with my first two shows, they sent me a wonderful telegram. And actually, they sent it 2 weeks ago, but Ronnie Reagan just gave it to me. Did you read about the governor's cruise to the Virgin Islands? Those governors gave the captain of the boat a hard time. They all wanted to steer. Now, can you imagine 40 governors on one boat? They didn't have to turn on the engines. They were making 12 knots off the hot air vents. Incidentally, this show is being seen at the same hour in every time zone across America tonight for the convenience of all our traveling candidates who aren't running for anything. Governor Reagan's been on a nationwide tour denying that he's a candidate. He's visited 49 of the 50 states so far, just to make it clear. And if his schedule permits, he's hoping to get to California one of these days. He passes Yorty in the air every 20 minutes. Most of the kids in Los Angeles are growing up thinking Yorty is a foreign car. But we know our governor's all right because Reagan's been doing a lot of television. He's been on Issues and Answers, Meet the Press, and the other night he was mixing the batter in the Sara Lee commercial. And I know you read about Romney. Governor Romney just tried to buy a half hour of time on TV, but the network turned him down. They didn't think television was ready for 2 white nights. And so far, the race seems to be among the 4 R's: Reagan, Romney, Rockefeller, and Rickson. No, he changed it. He wants to get into the mainstream of things. And I see where Vice President Humphrey has been transferred from Washington to the Far East. I guess they wanted to get him out of the combat area. No, LBJ didn't tell Hubert where he was going. He must have been surprised to see so many Orientals in Texas. Now, it was kind of a dirty trick. How much could one more plate at the wedding cost? I can't believe it, but did you see where some Marine general in Da Nang just announced that pinup pictures are illegal? I hope he hits his thumb with a hammer. No, the Marine Corps brass has voted pinup pictures off limits. They're going to have those fellows over there cutting paper dolls. Next thing you know, they'll want them to stop smiling in their sleep. Hey, and how about Los Angeles having the 2 top college football teams? Wasn't that something? That's what I always said. Smog is good for you. But I love Los Angeles. What other city gets you by the throat? And don't forget, we're just 4, because they used to say that L.A. was the smog center, but they took a poll, and New York is first. And I'm sure of it, because the other day I went in there and I went into Lindy's and ordered a tongue sandwich, and it coughed right in my face. But it doesn't bother our football teams out here. You know, USC and UCLA are at the top in the national ratings. Of course, they win all their games by default. Nobody can find the stadium. Now, they finally found out what causes the smog out here. It's exhaust from presidential candidates. And I thought the smog was getting to the SC team, but they tell me that's the quarterback's name, Soggy. And the score of the last home game was SC 54, Stanford 14, Oregon 7. That's smog. For those of you who tuned in late, The movie originally scheduled for this time will be replaced by this television show. No, the movies have taken over all the spots in the TV ratings. I feel as though I should apologize for being live. Movies are really taking over. It's getting serious. Last week, Leo the Lion tried to eat the NBC Peacock. The only show that's held its audience opposite movies is The Flying Nun, because when she says, "And now a word from our sponsor," you don't dare switch channels. I like movies on TV, but I wish they'd be more careful where they stick the commercials. I didn't know the mutiny on the body started when Mr. Christian said to Captain Bligh, "You have bad breath." And when I made all those pictures with Bing, I never thought we'd be going down the road with Platform 8. And I really resented when they cut from my love scenes to Katie Winters. Hey, I have an announcement. The Zsa Zsa Husband Alumni Association will have their annual meeting and homecoming tomorrow at the Coliseum. Now, I see where Zsa Zsa is free again. Oh, I mean, I should have said divorced. She's never been free. I just want one meaning to that joke. No, the headline in the Hollywood paper said, "Zsa Zsa sheds fifth." Dean Martin went over to her house and said, "I'm not proud. Where'd she shed it?" She's traded more men than the Rams. So far, she's been in lumber, oil, real estate, and hotels. One thing about Zsa Zsa, she never makes the same mistake twice. When love flies out the window, she moves to a new industry. I know one thing, Zsa Zsa doesn't have to marry for money. From what I see on television, she's got her old job down at the garage. Putting in transmissions. Thank you very much.